So today I have a message. It's about the breath of God. And we're always talking about going deeper, and like deep calls out to deep. So it's out of Ezekiel 47. I'm reading from the NIV. The man brought me back to the entrance to the temple, and I saw water coming out from under the threshold of the temple towards the east, for the temple faced east. The water was coming down from under the south side of the temple, south of the altar. He then brought me out through the north gate and led me around the outside to the outer gate facing east. And the water was trickling from the south side. As the man went eastward with a measuring line in his hand, he measured off 1,000 cubits, and then led me through water that was ankle deep. He measured off another 1,000 cubits and led me through water that was knee deep. He measured off another 1,000 and then led me through water that was up to the waist. He measured off another 1,000, but now it was a river that I could not cross because the water had risen and was deep enough to swim in, a river that no one could cross. He asked me, "Son of man, do you see this?" Then he led me back to the bank of the river. When I arrived there, I saw a great number of trees on each side of the river. He said to me, "This water flows towards the eastern region and goes down into the," what's that word? Arabah, where it enters the Dead Sea. When it empties into the sea, the salty water there becomes fresh. Swarms of living creatures will live wherever the river flows. There will be large numbers of fish because this water flows there and makes the salt water fresh. So where the river flows, everything will live. Fishermen will stand along the shores from the name of the river. There will be places for spreading the nets. The fish will be of many kinds, like the fish of the Mediterranean Sea. But the swamps and the marshes will not become fresh. They will be left for salt. Fruit trees of all kinds will grow on both banks of the river. Their leaves will not wither, nor will their fruit fail. Every month they will bear fruit, because the water from the sanctuary flows to them. Their fruit will serve for food, and their leaves will be healing. So with that, his river brings life. And he's asking for a people that we haven't ever seen before. He's asking us to step in the river. And not just step in the river, but be completely overcome by the river. To go in underneath your head, because the river cannot be crossed. We're not supposed to cross the river. We're supposed to be overcome by the river. So the different stages represents levels of your flesh and how much you are still in control. Even whenever it goes to when you're deep enough to swim, your head's still out of the water. You're still in control fighting against the current. But are you going to go all in and be overcome by the river letting it pull you to and fro. To breathe in water is impossible for the human body, and we would drown. The definition of drowning is to die, To die, the submersion in an inhalant of water. Suffocate in, inhale water, to deliberately kill by submerging in water. We're always wanting to get rid of our flesh so that way we can let God be more in control. So we're wanting to deliberately kill ourselves by submerging ourselves in his water and his fresh spring because it flows. And I think that that's really awesome. He's asking for us to just jump in. Jump in, even whenever you're taking the breaths. Like I had a dream, and it was about saving my family, and I'm not going to go all into it, but through the dream, it was like the only way to save my kids, I had to get in this bubble. And I brought my 2 little kids with me because the other ones was the ones that we were saving. And so I had my 2 little kids, and we were supposed to get in this bubble, and it was the only way to save the other kids. So I ushered them into the bubble, and I told them it was going to be okay. And we get in the bubble, and the bubble fills with water. And then I started taking the breaths, like the breaths of water. And initially that freaked me out, and I like woke from the dream like, whoa, I'm drowning here. What am I doing? But God's asking us to deliberately kill our flesh by submerging ourselves in his river of life. And we're like seeds. So whenever we go in the river, we're a seed, and then we flow through the river wherever he wants to put us. And on the banks, there's trees. So one day we're going to be one of them trees where every month we bear fruit. Our leaves will never wither. And they'll bring healing. That song, my voice is the sound of 1,000 bells. And my hands are covered in oil blood and all that to bring healing. And that's exactly what it's saying. So I really feel like he's asking us to get out of the kiddie pool. We're all on different levels, but some might be ankle deep, some might be knee deep, some might be waist, and some might be swimming and trying to do it themselves. Just let go and let him take control. That's all I got. I don't really want to do questions.
I bet you envisioned that going just a little.
Well, I thought it was for Tuesday. I actually was going to do that and then do praise and worship, so I don't know.